there are many prejudices about the lifestyle of a model. So how did you deal about it?
I mean,
one of the, I'm sorry for interrupting, one of the strongest prejudice about the models is that they are just like adults, they're treated like adults. Most of them, they say, even I don't like it, that they're not really intelligent, or you know, like they're just stuck up there, they're beautiful, you put them dressed, they walk and they sell that.
I'm not going to say that's not true. Like, stereotypes are for a reason. Excuse me to anybody I offend. But that is actually something why I picked my other careers and went and created my own things, is because, you know, you walk in a room and you're at a casting and it's just a bunch of young boys looking at pictures of themselves, and you're getting chosen off something you can't control. Yep. And you have say, but you know, and it's networking and personality too. But
would you tell that this is too much superficial world? Like everything is about the outside and how do you look, how great you are, how skinny, your six-pack.
Yeah, it's like fans. Like, you gotta have fans, and it's like even sports. You have to build fans. So there's people that are fans of models and fashion, which I am a fan of fashion. I love like dressing like cool stuff, but. It is tough, but there are a lot of intelligent people and girls I know and boys that go to school and study and then break away off modeling, and then there's some people I know that are just like huge at it and know how to play the game. So you do have to have an intelligence. Me, I didn't really play the game so much, and I shied away from it, but I mean, I have great friends now that are doing so well, and I'm super happy for them. And like,
so either you're in and you're stuck up in it, or either there is a moment you say, I had enough.
Yeah. I've experienced that, and it's just the competition too. It's just like such a weird world, because it's like who's hot, who's not, you know, and it's like a 5-minute of fame window, especially for men. Like I don't. 1% of the men that come have a long-lasting career modeling. But luckily, like, you know, as you get older, you still get the book. As the women, it's like a short window. Yep. But some people like have longevity, and that's great for them and play the game. But I definitely experienced like, why am I here? You know, there's new competition rolling into New York every day. Yeah. It's a new kid off a farm every day. Like, he's the new guy, he's this and that. So, you know, it's funny. I haven't really been submerged in the world in a long time. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm on the outside now. I'm still, you know, I've done a few good jobs this year with the commercials and WSC and all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, there's definitely I hit a point where I was just like, I can't deal with this. It's too, I don't know what it is. Like, what is this? It's superficial, like, you know, dealing with people, like, oh, look at this picture, look at that. I want to create my own things, you know what I mean? I want to have say. Yeah, I have all sorts. You know, created I've always been into music. At a young age, when I was in Atlanta, I was parking cars at the amphitheater and always hosting parties when my parents went out of town. But now it's funny to say that now. Like, but I was always such a good host. I like look at it and always such a good host. And don't get me wrong, from the modeling, when I said no more modeling, I did do that natural progression of let me try acting. Because I have like a personality.
You've been taking some acting classes?
Yeah, I did a lot of classes. And then I also found myself going through the same thing, chasing to be in other people's projects. Let me be in your thing. Let me be in your, it's like the model. I'll be in your magazine. Let me be in your little film. Let me be in this big film. And that's not who I am. So I kind of put together what do I love and what am I good at, and it's hosting and music and sports, you know, and all these things. So, you know, I created a music event production company in 2010, Patchwork NYC, and that was kind of going to be my thing for a little while. But then I created another event with a bunch of friends that started off very small, and it's weird, really weird, but it's an underground boxing match. And I remember putting it all together for the first time.
Tell me more about these boxing matches. You're wearing a suit.
Yeah,
they're really elegant. I've seen some videos.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're hosting,
I'm
it
hosting.
looks really fun.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's a new thing. You told me before we started the show that that's the newest underground fancy places in New York. So tell me more about it.
Well, coming up in New York, I kind of, as I'm doing trying the modeling and the acting, and, you know, the cliche things you would do if you're, you know, in that world. I was big into like music and going out, and I always would always hear stories because, you know, I always talk to older people and always want older people in my life to get knowledge and stuff. And I noticed like New York City was kind of like dead. Like there wasn't like good underground vibe. So we, as a joke, kind of put this party together. And I remember, you know, it was 100 people, and we were in a shop in what was it, like Little Italy, and like we closed the shop, and all these people come, and my friends, these two people box, and I just remember telling the kids involved, I was like, listen, I'm hosting this. Like, you know, it was a collective, but I was like, I'm on the microphone. And so I remember, you know, jumping up and being on the microphone and pressing play to like Rage Against the Machine and these kids, and then it's just like, and I knew right there, I was like, oh, I have something, because what I want to do is I want to give, you know, like my art piece to give to the world, or right now is I want to give people like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially in a place like New York. So if you can have the ability in New York City to have people walk away from your thing and just be like, that was the coolest, best thing I have ever been to in New York City in their lifetime, then like that's my goal. That's how I get people. You know, some people get people with their pictures or their paintings. Yep. I want someone to walk into an event with every type of diversity, with the punk rockers, the hip hop kids, the Brooklyn kids, the Wall Street people, all at one place. And it's just funny, like what so happens that can bring them there is boxing. And so we introvert like.
Do you like violence?
It's not violence I like, it's sport.
Okay.
It's not it's not the you know, like MMA is huge now. It's not the MMA, like that's disgusting to me. Boxing has more of a class to it.
Okay.
It's more of it's not this gross, vile, like let me break your leg while you're down. It's more of like, and it's strategic. It's very strategic, and a lot of people give grief or, you know, a little shade to people that like sports, but what they don't understand, sports is like, when you're competing, is very tactical and strategical, and you have to, you know, think, and that's why boxing is really beautiful. As we've grown, you know, it's been 4.5 years, you know, it's been a long road, and each time I do it, I add something new or step it up a little bit, and, you know, the competition has gotten better. Now we, you know, have involved the ASAP Mob, which is the biggest rap group in the world right now, coming out, and you know, our DJ is doing really well, and I'm getting better boxers, and the production level has gone up.
So this is a new thing in New York.
It's new. It's
new way of entertaining and having fun and going out.
Yes, and people love it. It's.
What kind of audience there comes? Like everything. The classy ones, the underground ones, the hip hoppers?
Everything. Like when I listed that, it's like everyone. And it's so beautiful to see everyone together. And you don't need alcohol. Of course people drink, but you don't need drugs for it. It's like just the energy and watching the boxing. And I feel the most home when I get in that ring and I'm on the microphone, and it's all.
Do you always succeed to be like the one in all of that crowd?
What do you mean?
Like to, you know, because they're screaming, they're shouting, and you have to be, you know, the guy.
I've thrown people out. I've done all sorts of stuff, but I just want to get them energetic, and I want to.
You also use humor, also. It's
oh yes, I crack so many jokes on people. Like I'll just like call people out and just talk so much shit, but it's all improv too. So I get them hype, I joke, we make fun. Like it's so humorous. So it's basically like an improv show for me, and I really rise to the occasion. But it's also a lot of work because I'm, you know, finding the event space, and I also paint the entire picture. As like you were telling me, you know, your show, you know, even to the editing, you're involved with everything, and that's how I am, you know.
So you're a one-man show. You do organize, you call the people,
I
do
call
that.
the people, and I won't say I'm a one-man show, but when it
you
comes...
have a crew, of course.
Yeah,
I have a crew.
and like I've picked them strategically to help work, and it's a good crew, you know, like my ring girl, who's amazing and perfect. She'll be shy, you know, before, but once she gets in the ring, she's like me. She's like, woo, and she's...
Is she naked?
No. She's not naked.
I mean, not totally naked, but she's...
Oh, no, yeah, she's exposed for sure. But we'll get her, we'll put a mask on her, and she looks hot, and she has this attitude with her. And I really have a really special relationship with her because we're in this world together,
yep.
and I love her like a sister. It's really fun. And then, you know, the doctor and the medic. But it's really great to combine all these things. And even the boxing community is really happy, and they're like, wow, this is something new. So it's, you know, you're re-revolutionizing a sport, you're changing the way underground world is in New York. I want to make history, and it kind of seems like this is how I'm doing it right now, and I'm sure, you know, I'll fall into something else later, but you know, we've been in New York Times, front page of Metro, GQ, top 100.
National Geographic.
Yeah,
also.
National Geographic was at the last one, and even like it's funny, they Instagrammed us on their. And you're like, oh, they Instagram, but you know, nowadays like that's huge.
Yeah, that's a big marketing.
So yeah, that's kind of what I've fallen into now, and I'm working on taking it to this festival called South by Southwest, which is in Austin, Texas, which is a 3-week, basically like a conference of technology, music, and film. And you know, Yahoo and Google go there and you know, get these big event spaces and show people all their new technology, and you know, everybody
goes. It's a promotion.
It's promotion, but it's huge, and they all have meetings, and they're all, you know, everybody down there is like, what's the new thing? Yeah. So we're taking a school bus from New York City, driving to Austin, and we film it, and I've been filming all of this and have footage for the past 5 years from like the start all the way through, and I'm waiting for the, you know, we're working on waiting for the right moment to put it all together and how we want to release it. And that's like, you know, another long project I've been working on. And
okay,
yeah.
modeling, hosting boxing matches, and organizing this underground new sport revolution. Yeah. And the other part about you, you're a DJ.
Yeah.
You're playing music.
I'm also, yeah, there was a massive explosion in electronic music world, I guess 3 or 4 years ago. And I, you know, have thrown and DJ'd parties. I've gone on tour with Bass Nectar, the #1 ticket-selling DJ in the country. Helped throw, you know, Skrillex's secret underground party right before he wins 3 Grammys. I've DJ'd with like the Bauer, Harlem Shake people, and you know,
the Alsat group, you mentioned it before.
Which one?
The Alsat.
Oh yeah, I've had several. I guess I've worked with ASAP Mob. We've done an improv party with ASAP Rocky before he was really, really big. But yeah, I've booked the ASAP Mob twice. And I mean, they're the biggest rap group in the world right now. And they're awesome. I'm so happy that they have exploded the way they have, because I love hip hop. And in New York, kind of for a while, there was no hip hop. It was all kind of like indie bands, and like, that's cool, but you know, I want, you know, some of that street, some of that tough stuff. And I love working with them. They're fun. So yeah, I mean, also, you know, I've been managing a stage at the #1 warehouse party in New York City now. It's called Bang On NYC. They're great friends of mine, and they trust my, you know, style and the bass music. So they're like, Bekim, have a stage, you have a budget, and now I'm booking and playing with like, you know, really big artists. We had Just Blaze at our Halloween show, which I guess he helped create Jay-Z's career by producing tons of his songs, and Cameron from Dipset. So yeah, it's fun to get to work with all these people you love and see on TV, and And it's all through street. I'm not like calling agents so much. It's all through like, oh, I know him, I know him.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, and that's what's great about New York. Is everything, you know, you're out in the street.
It's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle. It's Carpe Diem, seize the day.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Bekim, if you had to choose one of these professions that you do, there are three right now. You're doing many things. You're booking, you're playing music, and you're hosting these boxing matches underground, and then you're modeling part-time. I mean, when you have some projects, what would you choose? I mean, what's the thing that
I would
you
say,
feel this is the thing?
Yeah, it would have to be the boxing event, because everything plays in that role. We're getting film out of it. I'm working with the music out of it. It's the most creative control I can have. It's like my baby, you know? It's a weird baby to have, but this is my baby, and I can raise it the way I want. So I would obviously, yeah, that's the one right now.
Where do you get inspirations from? Like, what inspires you? What kind of art forms inspires you, or how would you describe your daily lifestyle? I mean, I want to motivate my viewers, so tell me, what do you do? I mean, how do you live? What's your philosophy of living?
I think I've always come from, or always had a leading ability. I've always wanted to lead, and I'm a good motivator. I'm not trying to be like, I'm good, but my inspiration comes from just, it really comes from history. You know, when I compare it to, if you look at a timeline of the world, and you know, in my case, I look at a timeline of New York, I want whatever I do to make that timeline. I want someone someday to be like, put that in.
To leave your
to leave a mark, yeah, to leave your footprint. Just, I mean, any way you can, and that's, you know, we don't have much time, so that's, you know, I think being history and leaving a mark, and a positive, leaving positivity on people. And just like I said, like if someone can walk away from something I do and say it's the best, you know, that would be nice.
What would you describe that is your higher purpose of living?
Higher purpose? Inspiring people to take advantage of their time. And I've been caught not taking full advantage of my time and getting down, but you know, and then you have to be re-motivated and inspired. And just so recently, inspiration this year, I remember, was one phone call from a big-time agent who's the #1 agent in the country, maybe in the world right now, for electronic music. And he called me and he's like, "Bekim, I need you to help me do this event. We need to get this together. I want you to help again." And just even that phone call of someone such high regard calling me, you know, it's like inspirational. So yeah, I want to inspire just to, you know, take advantage of everything. Your life, your family, be happy. You don't have much time.
Yeah. What makes you feel more confident about you?
More confident?
Yep.
It's funny, coming from that modeling world we were talking about, you can be very unconfident and you get beat down and rejected. And so I use that as my advantage of being rejected so much, or not getting all the jobs, or being the black sheep of modeling, to like just make me stronger. So there's a lot of confidence coming from negativity. Yeah.
So that's how you learn to stay strong.
Yeah, being rejected.
Yeah. I would like now to talk more about this modeling profile, I mean, and the lifestyle of the models. Yeah. Right now we know, I mean, it's worldwide known that sex sales, you know, like, as I mentioned before, that six packs and all the newspapers, and even if you watch the advertising, it's all about sex. Mm-hmm. Were you bothered about this, or did you enjoy it? How do you see? I mean, now you're 28.
Yeah.
You have matured. You've grown up.
Yeah.
From this perspective now today, how would you see this world? I mean, it's all about superficial life.
It is, man.
How do you look? How fresh you look? And are you in GQ and you're 5 minutes fame and all that?
It's I mean, in America especially, there's so much just crap shoved down your throat about this type of thing. Like, this horrible Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber stuff. Even Kanye West always talking and starting trouble and just, you know, I'm not sure I really like where the world's going, but I try to, you know, do my best and be positive and do what little impact I can with what platform I can, just to give people some sort of positivity. But it is a little scary that there's so much, people love so much artificial stuff, and even just with the iPhones also, it's just like always in your phone, artificial, blah, blah. It's everywhere. So media, it's troubling. There's, you know, fake crap news is beating out real news, and especially in America, you know, they shy away. There's lots of media control, and I try to, like, honestly, I try to dig a little more to find out real information on the internet. Thank God we have the internet, but yeah, it's a little interesting. Sometimes even going home to Georgia, you see, you know, the food options aren't great. You know, middle America, it's a little scary sometimes with the lack of knowledge given through the media. So I don't know. It's tough sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you ever had problem having name Bekim Trenova?
No. I love my name.
No, but I mean in America, were you ever being discriminated or people loved it just because you're special?
No, they definitely always attract to it. It means blessing, you know. So.
Yep. So you're blessed.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I love.
I mean, your health of being in South America.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy. Like, I have Albanian in me. I love it because I have this energy in me. I have this love. I have this fire. You know, I want to like do something, change people, or give people an experience. And I'm so happy I got, you know, how I got to be. I also like my father and my mother together. It's like perfect. They're so beautiful. Yeah.
What about your private life? I mean, you've told me you're in a relationship with a Dutch girl.
Yeah, I've been
for many years.
Yeah, 4.5 years.
How would you describe? I mean, what's the essence of relationship? I mean, what's the beauty of it?
It's I personally, you know, and you see younger girls often leave, you know, guys their age and go out with older men with more money and more security, and you know, that's fine.
You inspired me for another question.
Yeah,
but we will take it later.
I with me and Nina, we've come up together, and it is tough, and you have to be very reasonable and understanding, and you're both humans, and you both want things, and it is tough.
You're both good looking, as I saw, but do you have some jealousy? Because I'm sure there are many girls that are your fans, or she has some...
Yeah. She's actually, I would say, better at non-jealousy. I get like...
You have
but
that
I'm a guy.
Albanian part.
Yeah, I'm a guy. I'm like, this is my girlfriend. Get away. Nah. But she's great. She inspires me a lot. For positivity and like being open-minded and just being reasonable about things.
What's your Carpe Diem motto of living?
Carpe Diem?
Motto of living.
It's Carpe Diem.
Yep. So,
what do you mean?
What's your motto?
Motto?
Motto, yeah, of seizing your moment. I mean,
seizing? If you have any fear, to face it and conquer it, and don't be scared. Like, roll through, like, break open through the fear and keep moving forward, stepping, climbing. Because I mean, I get scared, and I think everybody does.
If you had one day a chance to make a movie out of your life, what kind of character would you choose?
What kind of character? I mean, I would choose...
Like, what would be the topic? What would be the genre?
All the different...
That's a nice song in the background.
All the different random experiences, I think. Like, it would be a character like, oh, now you're here. Wait, how'd you get over here? What, now you're doing this? What, you're over here now. What, I think it would be, just... Because I always find myself, after the past 10 years especially, just in the most random situations. But all great, they're funny, yeah. But it would be a comedy too, a little bit. Yeah, definitely.
So what were your resolution list about 2014?
2014?
We're in the beginning of this year.
Yeah, we are. It's to finish, have a successful South by Southwest event there. I need to figure out a lot more about the footage I've been shooting and really strategize that, and then it's about taking that event to another level. And I'm, talking with really big investors about putting money into it and making it like almost a touring. It's like a machine, like big business. So that's kind of the next step. I want to go. That's what I want to do with it. I want to capitalize on it and not let it just be a fun little thing. I want to like capitalize on it and set me up for the future.
Bekim, thank you very much for being part of Carpe Diem. I wish you a lot of success in all of these projects that you are involved. I wish you a really successful year, and I hope you achieve all your goals.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Të dashur shikues, kjo është Carpe Diem me Bekim Trenova, një shqiptar i suksesshëm që jeton në New York. Faleminderit shumë për Kemal Tangja, derisa ne shifemi javës tjetër në të njëjtin termin 21:50. Natën e mirë.